Welcome back, everyone, to the Scale Riders podcast. Today's guest is a talented scale model artist who continues to push creativity and craftsmanship in the art community. Joining us from Denton, Texas, he's a creator behind Thug Emporium, known for building custom action figures, detailed dioramas, and life-size props that showcase incredible imagination and skill. In this episode, we'll be talking about the Texas Scale Model Expo, his Lil D diorama, Denton Palooza 5, his life-size action figure photo props, and the Thug Emporium booth at the Jazz Fest. Let's give a warm welcome to David Bayon, aka Thug Emporium, aka Detail Junkies. Yeah. What's up, bro?
Hey, thank you for that's a really kind intro, man. Thank you very much.
Right on, man. Let's see. Before we get started, David, let me give a shout out real quick to all the people in the chat room right here that are joining us today or
Awesome.
tonight,
Yeah,
actually.
Cool.
All right. So we got Steven Kessel, Bugs, Carlos Avalar, Leon, Model Car 15. What up? All right, guys. So, David, you got a very busy month.
Yeah, stacked everything for October. Like I could have been asleep the rest of the year, and it was just. But in reality, I was planning and working on stuff for this month. And I told my wife, like, babe, October is coming. I was like, you're not gonna see me much.
Yeah, chill out. Right on, dude. It's crazy, bro. Because look, I'm gonna show everybody real quick this flyer we put together, and I thought this was a cool thing right here. Bam! Look at that right there. You got all the dates and all the events coming up, and some that have already passed, but we're in it right now.
And I added to that. There's like 3 other events that are not even on there that I'm just gonna like. I'll be here on like because we have like a local Reddit thing that's does pretty well for me. That's my Instagram following. We'll get into that later about like having to start over with socials. But my Reddit following is pretty decent, and so like I'll just throw stuff out there. But yeah, it's added since that.
Dude, it's true, bro. Because I see your post, and I'll see the videos, and all these events coming up, and I'm just tripping out on your city. I'm like, dude, there's so much stuff like going down, and like having you there, you're definitely a staple, and along with other people working together to make events and things happen. And it just seems like it's like a really fun time to be out there enjoying all these events.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons we did the show here in October, because last year here in Denton is when they decided to go really all out with Halloween. It's always kind of been a thing. We've had some cool Halloween themed stuff going on like since I've been here. I've lived here for like 15 years or something. And last year is when they said, hey, we're going to lean into this Halloween thing. Let's make this like a destination spot for it. And last year they started it. This year, it was actually a thing where they made it where the town's legal name is Halloween, Texas for the month of October. So Halloween, Texas. Yeah. So if you want to do some mail, missed opportunities. Damn it. Edwin mailing me some stuff. I could have had him do Halloween, Texas for the address, and it would have gotten here. But anyways, yeah, pretty cool stuff, man. So I'm happy to be a part of it. And yeah, I wanted the guys, because we have a lot of people come in from out of town for our show, so I wanted them to experience it, be part of it.
Yeah,
check it out.
And knowing like being there for so long, and knowing that like October is like a stacked month with all these events. Was this somewhat the idea of you being like, you know what, I think it'd be a good time to do a scale model event to add to that month?
Yeah, because I wanted the guys to be able to enjoy it. Because one of my things for the shows is always like to do an after party, no matter where we're at. Like, the show, like I'm always busy, you know, with the hosting duties, so I don't get a chance to. That's what's up, D Block, coming up from Houston.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll please hang out with. Plan to stay late, man, so we can hang out. Because hosting duties, man, I don't get a chance to really enjoy like chilling with anybody. It's all just making sure everybody gets what they need from the show itself. You know, making sure everything's. It's like hosting a house party at your house. You know what I'm saying? Like where the parents aren't home. You know, it's like don't break anything. You know, who's you can't really enjoy.
Get down from there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I don't get a chance to enjoy it. So a big thing for me to lean into is doing a fun after party. So yeah, two reasons. One thing we realized last year is like it's still too hot, so people can't have their model cars in the in their car while we're hanging out. So because we did it like last like September and it was still too hot. And even now it's still like 90 degrees out as the high. So hopefully we can see that dip a little bit before the weekend gets here. But yeah, and even so, I've got a plan for that. Even if it is 100 degrees out on Saturday, I've got a plan. I'm gonna put everything in my garage. Back out. Yeah,
Yeah.
time, man. Yeah, the show format has always kind of been dated for me as a whole. So I wanted to, just change things up. You know that. Yeah.
No, that's cool. Yeah, because it's exciting. Like, let's go ahead and get into the first segment right here. We have to show everybody. This is the Texas Scale Model Expo. That's going to be this Saturday, October 18th, 2025. The name of the venue is the Rubber Gloves Rehearsal Studios there
Yeah.
in Denton, Texas. And I had some people hit me up and be like, "Hey, where's this gonna be at?" And I was like, "At Rubber Gloves," and they were like, "What? I'm on Rubber Gloves." I was like telling them, and then I had to look up online to get the address.
Yeah,
and then
dude.
I was like, "Wait a minute, here's the website. You can check it out."
Yeah, so that's actually one of the cool factors. Like, this place is like the spot for music in town. They're like homie of mine was like, dude, you can't, how'd you get Rubber Gloves? They're always booked out like 6 months in advance, 9 months. I was like, oh yeah, one, I did book it that far in advance. And I just wanted it to be at a cool spot, a really cool venue. And that's pretty much bragging rights there for anybody that knows this, our town at all. Rubber Gloves is like the coolest spot I could possibly have the show at. And it's so much space. There's another it's just a lot of space, man. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the other flyer for everybody to see more of the breakdown of the information here. Let's see. So
okay. This is important right here. All right, so
yeah.
we have a group chat for everybody on Instagram with all the participants and everybody, just so we can weigh in on decisions. Because this is not like, I may be the face, I may be the one like pulling the strings and crap, but ultimately I don't want the heat if something goes sideways. Like, I want like y'all decide. This is y'all's show. My biggest thing really ultimately is I want it to be treated as an art show. Hence the venue. I hate the whole idea of them being at hotel banquet rooms. The whole platform is so dated, boring. You just, I don't know. They suck for most part. So we've done some Deep Ellum Art Company in the past, cool venues, and then I kind of gave in because we're always going against the grain, so that adds more difficulty. So I digress. Ultimately, here with this flyer, I wanted to point out the fact that we are kind of doing more of an NNL style, less of a fully judged show. So we did top 10, best in show, and then a lot of theme awards. So a lot of theme awards. And with the added space, we also are making sure we incorporate the Red Cat crowd. And we even have room for lowrider bicycles and pedal cars, which is not on that flyer. So I don't know. We're just trying to make it a whole, just a fun day for the whole culture. You know what I'm saying? A whole lowrider culture and model car people. And, there's the Gundams and the Hot Wheel customizers and stuff like that. diorama
Yeah.
creative.
That's pretty cool, bro. So it's gonna be going down 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So like what
Yeah.
would you recommend for people that are gonna be attending, coming out of town? How early would you recommend them come to?
Oh, get there right at 10. Like if you want to come and help out, like set up tables, like vendors and everybody else, 9 o'clock is when they're opening doors for us. Because this is this is a music venue. They're not used to opening up at 7 o'clock for us, that kind of thing. They don't. Their staff is gonna be like barely getting there at 9. I've dealt with this in the past. Like who did Deep LMR Company? They're not down for this. They're not down for getting up early. They just came in. It's a Saturday. That means it's
Yeah.
very possible that dude that's coming to open the door was just got home at 4 or 5 in the morning. So
Yeah.
9 o'clock is the earliest, and it's we're there to set up tables. I'm getting all the tables delivered, so we'll need to set up that. We've done this. It's probably like 15 shows that we've done. They're always a little chaotic, but we've got it down. It's not any more stressful than it needs to be.
Mhm.
So yeah, 9 o'clock if you're there to set up. Help set up tables and everything. Don't try to bring your model cars in that early. 10 o'clock is like our cutoff for that. It's when we want to start like setting up the actual show. So 9 to 10 tables and getting everything arranged. After that, 10 till like noon at the latest. Try not to be there any later than noon because we do a quick show. Like the whole thing is over at 3, and a lot of shows end at like 5. So we're a little shorter. But also keep in mind that we want to have an after party, so
Yeah.
come in, we can all just go hang out. There's several places to go afterwards, and we'll just kind of do a whole, like, if we need to unload everything at my garage and then dip back out and just kind of walk around the square. A lot of stuff is walkable. So it'll be fun, man. It's a whole day kind of thing still, regardless.
Yeah, that's cool. And right here, on the flyer for everyone to see, it says $30 registration fee for unlimited model entries. So you could just bring as many model cars as you want, or even does that cross over to the other entries like RC stuff as
Yes.
well?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. So if you're bringing just an RC, if you're bringing one RC or one Red Cat, or one Red Cat and 30 model cars or whatever, or just a single pedal car, it's $30. That's one thing that I like to take credit for creating is the unlimited, kind of fee. And that the idea with that is just I didn't want anybody. A lot of places were like $10 for one model and $1 per or something like that, or $5 per kind of thing, with a cap of 30 or something like that. And initially, I was like wanting to build the show, like to have as many model cars on the tables as possible. So I was like, it was kind of a bragging thing as a promoter to be like, yeah, we had 500 cars there,
Yep.
So I was the idea was to encourage her to bring them out. And it's kind of worked. And I've seen a lot of other places do that. A lot of other shows starting to pick up that model and that concept. And I was like, I really don't think anybody was doing that before me. I could be wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, and then here it says kids are free, spectators free. Then we got vendors. For vendors, is it too late for someone who's out there who might want to vend? They're like, yo.
No, I probably have a few spots available. Yeah, if we can make it work.
Cool.
I can always rip down this table right here and take it over there if we can.
Oh, nice. I wanted to give a shout out too, because I wanted to bring this up on YouTube. Shout outs to Lowrider Model Cars. He has a podcast.
George.
And George. I shout outs to him because I did see that George, he met up with you. He went down there with you to the venue, and you got to show him the space and kind of the layout of for people that are going to be going of what to expect and everything. And it was cool. It was like a nice documentation, even with you, you're like answering his questions and just breaking it all down, what we're looking forward to with this event. I thought that was dope.
I man, that's dope of you to bring it up and be like, hey, check this dude out. Yeah.
Nah,
cool.
yeah, man.
It was cool of him because he came all the way out. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I feel like he's from San Antonio or yeah, it was a cool 4 hour drive for him to get out here, so
Oh
it
wow.
was
Yeah.
a commitment. And I was like, he's like, hey, I'm gonna drop by there, so hey, I want to do an interview with you about this thing. I'm like, cool. We can do it in my office or whatever anytime, but since we can kind of plan it, let's try to make it at the actual venue so everybody can see it. Because it is a different thing, and I wanted the people get a sneak preview, so they can truly appreciate the fact that this is not your generic, NBC suite, freaking, banquet hall or whatever, or church banquet hall, whatever,
Mhm.
it's a cool spot. There's, as we walked around, there's the big outdoor venue, which is where I want to have the bikes and the pedal cars. We've got one concert hall where we're going to have the model cars, and a separate concert hall, which they're finishing out. I was actually in there after we did the video work on there. They've got that room boxed out completely. It's looking really good. So we'll be able to have that room for RC, Red Cat. There's plenty of room to cruise and set up. We've got one of the homies is doing his whole the boulevard setup, which is it's got a cool diorama, a little strip where they can cruise around, kind of thing, like you guys have. Like you've seen it, it's
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. So
Yeah, it seems like it's gonna be active, bro. Because it's like, I mean, the RC thing is like huge right now, and everyone who doesn't build model cars, they're doing those. They're like they want to start taking out their cars, right? Participating,
yeah,
and the same with like people that do like lowrider bikes. They're like, dude, I want to showcase what I've been working on like all
right.
these months, bust out. And the same with model cars. There's people working on stuff, getting it ready for this event. So it's gonna be like the best of both, like all the worlds coming
Yeah.
together,
That's the
really.
whole thing. We want to, whatever crosses over in any way.
Mhm.
Like even if you just do dioramas, it's not even car related. If you vibe with it, and the whole a lot of us are lowrider based, but that's not even necessarily like it either. You can build a hot
Mhm.
rod or whatever and still just have
Yeah.
a fun with us. So I'm excited, about it. If we can get some dudes busting out some Gundam, pieces too. Like I've got,
Yeah.
man, the award designs are pretty cool. I'm excited about that too. So like
Oh,
I was
nice.
almost like, damn it, I should have built my own. I should have built a Gundam. Like, I've got some stuff here actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, man, it's a trip because for all the years that I've known you, you've always been curating, planning shows, doing shows, and everything. And it's like it's one of those things that I can only imagine how busy you get. That it's like you don't even have really a chance to like take photos and document stuff. You're kind of making sure everyone's good.
yeah,
Things
yeah.
are said and more behind the scenes, but you're there though. It's not like you're like hiding. You're there. You're like you easily to be found, but you're busy doing stuff.
Right. Yeah. And that's why I was relating it to like being that you know, mom and dad's leaving for the weekend, so I might have a party. I just want everybody to have a good time, dude. And not take anything too serious either. So that's why. Oh yeah. So the whole NNL thing, like we took it to a vote. I didn't want to be that dude to be like, we are not. Oh hey,
Oh,
um,
what up? What up?
that's George.
Yeah. So
I don't want
man,
to be
thank
that
you.
dude to be like, hey, what do you, like, let's tone it down a little bit on the awards. And
Hmm.
so I took, did a poll in the group, and ultimately everybody decided, hey, let's also, they're also down to tone it down a little bit. And there's still plenty of awards to go around. We've got the top 10, like it was all on that flyer. A lot of cool themes. Y2K, style like Euro, like hot import nights kind of thing. We've got
Hmm.
the 90s style lowrider, like Euro lowrider is a big. That's a big thing for me. The guys, some of the guys early on challenged each other to a 59 El Camino build off, so like that's a part of it. Um, and and then we always do our big themes, like the memorials. Like we had this dude, old schooler Rick Mariano, man. He was such a cool dude in our scene. Big Mopar guy, both in the 1-1, real life, and model car guy. So we made sure we do his memorial award. And then we had this other kid named Jay Moses, passed away. So again, another memorial award. His thing was Impalas, man. It didn't matter what year it was. He was a big Impala dude. So best Impala, is Jay Moses Award. Yeah, it kind of
Wow,
sucks.
that's nice, bro.
It
Yeah.
sucks to those memorial awards at this stage. It's
Mhm.
usually like an old schoolers thing, but we
Yeah.
gotta, we gotta support our own.
Yeah, it's interesting you're bringing that up right now because I've never from the shows that I've gone to out here, I haven't seen that like people be recognized that have passed. I know, I mean, there as far as like an award like that, right? I've seen magazines and obviously Instagram, right? Like shout outs and stuff like that, like rest in peace,
Yeah,
but never like what you're saying right now, man. I think that's a really nice thing to do.
I mean
There.
we're all family, man. We gotta
Mhm.
it's our legacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We gotta build, keep their name on. Even if they don't know who they are, that's fine. But
Yeah.
they don't need to be a part of. They didn't need to be there when they were necessarily to see that name and just acknowledge that was a dude that was part of the family. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah. It's almost
great
like
grandfather.
in our like scale model car community, or even just like, in I don't want to say like just cars, right? But it could be a lot of different genres, right?
Sure,
But as
sure.
far as like, scale model building, let's say, it'd be pretty cool if there was like a date or like a day where everybody and anybody could submit like in memory of somebody that they knew that built models, photograph of their build or the individual that passed, and be able to say like this is like that day where everyone like
Yeah, dude.
recognizes
Like here, check.
everybody on that day, and not like leave anyone out, because it's sad, man. Like there is people that we know and we connect with, and then all of a sudden we get the news from like, somebody else, like their significant other or their family member that goes, "Hey, I just want to let everybody know that, unfortunately this happened." And then we're like, "Wait, what? What the heck?"
Yeah, even though
Like,
we're like barely like 40-ish, you're probably not
mm.
even 40. How old are you?
No, yeah, I'm 42.
That's what's up. All right. I don't know why I thought you were like
Yeah.
younger. Yeah, I'm 45.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah, even
We're
though we're
close.
in our
Yeah.
40s, yeah, it's there, dude. Like people our age,
Mhm.
or just ones that are slightly older.
Yeah.
We're starting to see it a lot more now, and it sucks. Um, here's a really good example. MCA Day, you know,
Yeah. Oh, that's
MCA
dope.
was everything hip hop for me.
Mhm.
So things like that. We
Yeah.
could have an MCA Day, for whoever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, man, that's nice that you guys do that though, right there. Because I didn't know. I didn't know, but I'm
I
I'm
didn't
glad you
realize it
brought
was
that
that.
up.
I didn't realize it was that unusual. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
just yeah, it was a quick, and shout out to I know Ruben Davila and Rusty, McBride. They're not necessarily we're not exactly close anymore, but they were a big part of that reason. So shout out to them
Mhm.
for probably the ones that were like, hey, can we do this?
Yeah.
I bet it was attributed to their idea.
Yeah. Right on. Are you planning to bring some of your builds too out to the event just to display
Oh, of
and
course,
just,
of
you know?
course. I have some decent stuff that were built last year. Last year I was still doing some building, and then this year I
Mm.
did. Believe it or not, as a matter of fact, I need to actually post some decent pictures. I haven't even taken some good photos of it, but I did a
Mm.
cool Honda Prelude lowrider. It's like basically stock on some 13s that were done by Gavin Lowrider Model Car Parts. So it's
Nice.
basically a stock build with Lowrider Model Car Part wheels. Just a classic street cruiser kind of vibe, very stock.
Mhm.
And then I'm trying to finish up. Like, all right, we got this week. All right, so yeah, that's you saw how the schedule was stacked. So like
Mhm.
this week, I left myself like these few days where I don't
Damn.
have. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I don't have. Yeah, like that is the week where I don't have like any event. Like next Friday, Saturday, I do have events. So basically, is that George Ramos?
Yeah. We got let me give a shout out real quick. So we got George Ramos, Jesse Walker, and we just got Lowrider Model Cars. Hey, everyone check out his podcast and also sub to his channel. JC Lowrider Model Builds, Paint Maverick, what up? Yeah, and then D Block also. All right. Sorry, go for it.
Very cool. Thank you guys. Yeah. Good crowd. I don't know what I was talking about.
So you had the stacked
oh yeah. So I gave myself this week. I've got a Nissan 350Z. My bad. Pardon the noise. Here we go. This one pretty much needs seat belts. I want to do some good seat belts, and then assembly, obviously. But I've got some really cool wheels for it. But it was a nice Y2K style. This for the Y2K style build. So it's nice, polished out, metallic, with the it's got some nice color shift in it that you can't really see on here, but it's really cool. Nice paint job.
Nice. What kind of paint brand was that?
It was actually like a custom mix kind of thing.
Oh,
like
okay.
It was like the blue itself was just some generic acrylic. And then I've got some acrylic airbrush paints, kind of like a generic set. And then kind of the same with the pearls. It's some color shift pearls. It's let's see, pink. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you can't see it here, but it's some pink pearl shift to it. You can tell it's kind of polished out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it looks nice, man. The polish right there. That's dope.
Yeah. And then, I want to do the white interior with it just to be like a cool show car. Oh yeah, I think I don't have a steering wheel in there, so that means I was gonna do a something that's a custom steering wheel, the chrome audio bond kind of crap.
That's clean. Yeah.
And there is a little bit of engine detail, but it's one of those AMT, that Fast and Furious area kits, so not much detail, but I did some stuff to it. So yeah. Oh, and it's got some like Aoshima wheels or something. Yeah, whatever that one is. So
nice.
Oh yeah, and I printed some what is this? Not PlayStation, but Xbox controllers to sit on the seat. But yeah, that's it right there. So yeah, I'm gonna try and finish that. Really, seat belts. I want to do the photo etch, 5-point whatever setup, along with with some the fabric, the ribbon seat belts, and put it together. That should be it.
Yeah, let me bring up your caddy right here.
Ooh.
Let me bust this one out right here. Okay. Bam, right there.
Yeah,
you're gonna bring this one out.
That's some tropical. Yeah, it'll be there. That's some tropical glitz candy right there.
Oh, nice.
Polished out and everything. That one was just before I actually did so that kit right there, that build inspired me to hurry up and do some wood grain decals because those are hand painted. You can see that dashboard from here.
That's yeah, there you go.
And it's okay, and it works, but I was like, I don't know, I struggled. But yeah, look at that paint, man. That's really sharp.
It's nice. I really like even like the detail, like the little sign in the back, right there. The ones like you normally see, like when you go to like a lowrider show, they'll say like like who worked on the car and everything, paint by,
Yeah,
cool.
It's fun.
That's clean. Are those Gavin's wheels on that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's some of the earlier ones because this is an older build. But yeah, those are early Gavin wheels. And
such a game changer, huh?
With dude, wheels. Yeah. I mean, no disrespect whatsoever intended to Pegasus for holding it down for us, for like 20 something years. But we get those dudes that do those really niche, wheels for us that really hit it out of the park. We've had Hank Adame, dudes like that. Shout out to Hank.
Yeah, dude. It's like
Jeffries did those old school, 13s, 4s, Armando, of course. really put it down for us, to do some niche wheels that are not your typical run of the mill. And then Gavin, man, straight up hit out of the park, man.
Right.
He's and not to disrespect, Daniel Taditz or any of those dudes too that are still doing some
Mm.
cool wheels, but Gavin, man, he's really got it down. He did the odd ones, like the well, I guess everybody ended up trying to do the star wheels and stuff, but he really like wasn't afraid to do some the four spoke, you know, rockets, super unusual wheels, even if they just did one run because nobody knew,
Mm.
nobody else respected it, but like dudes like us. Uh,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
it's interesting, like, if for someone who's a collector, right? That's like, I'm gonna hang on to all the different wheels from different people that produce them and offer them
yeah,
for
yeah,
sale. It must
yeah,
be a cool, like, to put together at some point, like, some type of timeline to say, like, from
yeah,
this year
right,
to this year, these wheels were being produced and sold, and then later this happened and this happened, to kind of tell the tall tale,
yeah, yeah,
over
yeah. So
over
yeah,
time.
you could slip in like Daniel Mueller, remember from Germany? He did a
Hmm.
short run of some wheels, from photo etch wheels. I did a couple as well.
Yeah,
Some
Herb
photo etch.
Deeks.
Herb Deeks has been like long reigning as that niche wheel, that yeah,
Yeah.
like you can do Pegasus, that's fine, that's dope. You're good. But if you do Deeks, and then it's like, yeah, everybody else after.
Yeah, yeah. You like to start to see the early stages and then going in the direction where it's headed.
Yeah, yeah.
It,
Even going
really
back
interesting.
to, was it Fujimi? The
Uh-huh.
the, the giant 22-inch wire wheels, that we hey, we didn't know no better. That's all we could find at the time. Those are
Yeah.
cool about certain things.
No,
Was
that's
it
cool.
Fujimi?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Fujimi, they do have some wheels. Even like Aoshima tried to release some, like, recently, I think last year, like some wire
Yeah,
wheels
yeah,
as
yeah,
well
yeah.
too. In
Those
chrome
are those are
angle.
respectable, dude, because those were the same wheels that would come with like their the Toyota hard bodies and stuff, right?
Mhm.
The Helix.
Yes. Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
comfortable wheel, No, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, they were like, let's drop some nice artwork and let's bust out the sets now. Man,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, yeah. The hard work is done. Let's just box them up and make them
Hmm.
look good. Yeah.
No, yeah. All right. So before we move on to the next segment, guys, I just want to remind you again, for those that just joined us, this Saturday, October 18th, 2025, is the Texas Scale Model Expo. For all my friends and everybody who's in Texas, try to make it to the show. I mean, I already know a lot of guys they're already going, like, they're already planned out. They've been posting it on Instagram,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
and
yeah. If you can do a last minute flight, do it.
yep.
Like if you can afford that. But yeah, let me give a quick shout out while we're on that topic to the people that are doing that trip. Like we got Edwin, Humble Hobbies. If you're familiar with his work, he's flying out. I'm actually picking him up tomorrow, so I'm taking off work as of tomorrow. Actually,
Oh, nice.
funny story. I took off work, scheduled off work as of tomorrow, but they sent some relief into my office today to cover me. I'm like, what are you doing here? They're like, oh yeah, we thought you were off today. I'm like, word? Like, okay, I'm off
you could
today.
you could jam.
I took the day off too. Yeah, so it was nice. So I cleaned the house and crap. Anyways, shout out to Humble Hobbies, Edwin coming out. Gilbert, rolling old school from Hawaii. He's
Oh, damn.
flying out.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, he's
Nice.
making that trip. He's gonna be catching up with Cynical Knoman's Customs, Doug. He's picking him up from the airport. They're doing a whole thing. We got Renato Silva, Dr. Nitrous. You may know him. He's an old school cat.
Yeah.
He's coming
Hmm.
out from Florida. He's a Houston cat for a while. Wes Salazar, of course.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, the journeyman.
Right.
Uh, Club brother, Big Stan. He's got some amazing work. He's got some cool stuff I can't wait to see. And George, of course, from Loretta Model Cars. And then a lot of guys that are still like in Texas, but it's still like a drive, dude. It's not like Cali. Cali's the same way, right? Like you
Mhm.
guys have to travel, like same thing here, man. Like I can go 12 hours south, 12 hours west, and
Mhm.
still be in Texas, still be like barely in
Yeah.
El Paso, or still be in the valley. So we got a lot of dudes making the trip out here, like Jesse Walker, he's like 2 hours away or something like that, maybe even 3. Um, 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 yeah. Anyways, peace to
Nice,
everybody.
nice. And
Trev, man.
another question is there a Whataburger around the area too, right there in Denton?
Oh, dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
All right,
I
all
mean,
right,
I guess if you're out of towner, yeah, we got to do the Whataburger thing. But we got
okay,
plenty of cool
cool.
other stuff to do too.
Yeah,
But yeah, yeah, yeah. Whataburger's great, man.
right on.
Yeah.
Cool. All
And it's
right,
coming
so
from a
let.
guy that has like, all right, so we have In and Out here, and that
Mhm.
was trash compared by comparison. But to be fair, we did do the thing. We went to the Cali one. Willie took us to the In and Out there,
Mhm.
and it was yeah, it's pretty close, man. That's a good argument, and legitimately, like, it's a good argument. So
Yeah. Nice. Let's see here. So the next segment, guys, we're gonna get into this is the life-size action figure photo props. I was tripping out when I saw this. I was like, "Wait, what the heck? This thing's huge." Check out this picture right here.
yeah,
Bam. Let's see. And then we got,
so that
you
was
know,
intended them. It was like it took it a foot bigger than what I did the plans for.
man, that's
Because
huge,
he's
bro.
like, so
Let me see here. Oh, dang. It froze up. Let's see. Can you hear me, bro? Let's see. All right, there we go.
there
There
we
we
go.
go. Cool. All right. So this
Yeah, that's massive.
this thing's huge, bro.
No, definitely massive. Yeah, it's
Damn.
massive. All right, so story behind this is, man, I was hometown. You know, I wanted to do these action figures that I did a few years ago. People still are reaching out randomly, like hit me up, hey, bro, like, you know, these are amazing. Can you do some more of these? Want more? Blah blah blah. So I was like, all right. You know what? Let me do my thing for the city of Denton this year. I just want to be a part of the. You know, it's such a great community, man. Like, everybody's so cool around here. I'm like, I would be a dick not to. So this year I was like, all right, it, and everybody loved it. So I did a small like vendor booth thing, did a couple of them, and this really great artist. He's in.
Yo. All right. Oh dang. I think we lost David real quick. I'm gonna try to reconnect. Real quick. Let me send them the reconnection here, guys. Bear with us. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm having a good time right here with David, breaking it down. Detail Junkies, aka Thug Emporium. Let me see here. All right, all right. Let's see. Yo, let me know. Let me know if you guys could hear me in the chat. If you guys are in, all the homies are in the chat right now. Let me know. This way, I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me here, and then I'm gonna see if I can reconnect right here with David. It's Tuesday night, kicking it. I'm just tripping out on these big card backs right here. You could take a pretty cool photograph right there. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and text him real quick. Yo, all right, cool. All right, so Armando, what's up, Armando? Vision 124, what's up? All right, yeah, we lost David. I'm gonna try to reconnect with them right now. Let's see. I'm just kind of waiting real quick. Let's see. He's on it. All right, cool. There he is. Let's see. Oh man. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna tell him. Oh, there we go. Bam. All right, bro. You're here.
All right.
Woo.
Cool.
All right.
So is everybody still here?
Yeah, we're here. Awesome. All right. So we're talking about the cards, the backdrop.
Yeah. So the card art thing was dude from the city, cool muralist in town. He hit me up. He's like, I hit him up like, hey, how do I do this? Like, I want to do. I've never done anything large scale like that. And so we got this muralist dude who actually see that building right there where you're at. That right there, that one on the side of it. This dude did this giant mural on the side of it, Union Bear. And so he was the dude that did that. And I was like, hey, how do you do something large? Because I want to do something like this, you know? And he's like, well, that's such a dope idea. I think we should do that for Halloween, you know? So he put me in touch with his boss because he works for the city as well. And he said, the dude from the city, or the main dude who runs the Halloween thing was like, I want 3 of these, you know? It's like,
oh, damn.
Yeah. So this is the initial concept right here, the Monsters of Denton thing, because that's what I wanted to do for mine. And the idea was for people to come dressed up in Halloween gear, and you know, they would be the action figure themselves. You know, if you come dressed as Dracula or whatever else. David Garcia, what's up, brother? George, what's up? Yeah, so that's the concept right there. And so I showed them that one. Then they're like, all right, can we also do Stranger Things is a big theme for the Halloween thing we've got going on. He was working on like getting a bus and have the Demogorgon, you know, and all that stuff wrapped around it. And they even did a promo video. And so that promo video was what that artwork is based on. It's our like one of the middle schools, like the old school middle school we have in town. And then the kids that were in the video, that's their you know, their shadow or whatever. So anyways, yeah, so they won a Stranger Denton. So that was a fun, easy one. I basically just did a graphic of the school, just simple artwork, you know. But yeah, so this is what's fun, dude. Like, you know, I'm a model car guy, you know, and a lot of the artwork that I've done has been, you know, we're airbrushing, we're doing all that stuff. But you also know I've done like photo etch. So that introduced me to Adobe Illustrator.
Let's see. Hopefully we don't lose David again. Let me check it out. I wonder if we could probably rock it on the phone. Might be better. Let me see. These are some cool cards though. Check them out. Let's see. Oh. All right. All right, we're gonna see right now in a little bit. See if we could reconnect. It's all good. You know, I've noticed like what was last week and other ones that I've done like at 5 p.m. I noticed that like even my internet connection drops. You know, but it's because it's early and everyone's using the internet, the Wi-Fi, and all that stuff, right? And it's not until like later at night, you know, if I'm doing it like at 10 p.m. or whatever, then you know, no one's really in my house awake, like using the Wi-Fi or whatever, so it's all chill. But man, I just wanted to add, it's starting to get cold over here now. Let's see. Yo. All right, there we go. Is this from the phone now? Or still the laptop? Let me see.
What up? I can't hear anything.
All right. Let's see. I'll connect right now. Bam. I can see you though. I can see you. I can hear you too. We'll connect. We'll do it.
Are you talking?
Yeah.
I can't hear.
Let's see.
I can't hear.
Check. Nothing? All right. Let's see.
Hold on.
All right, cool. Just bear with us, guys. We still got more segments, so we still got more things we're gonna be getting into in this one. Yeah, right now, you got me now? Oh, yeah. Dope. Hell yeah. All right. Oh man. I think it fell out when he got me right there. Yeah, we'll connect it right now. It's all good. But Yeah, it's a trip, man. David's been busy, just doing a bunch of stuff right here. Let's see. All right, we're back. We're good. All right, cool. So this last card right here that you did, it's called the Mighty then Dental Knights.
All right, so yeah. So the last prompt that the dude gave me was like, "Hey, I want one that's representing the people of Denton," and he wanted the people of Denton. And I struggled, dude. Like, all right, so any graphic artist, dude. Oh yeah, yeah. So one of the things I was talking about was before I had some technical difficulties, doing photo etch, and then also doing my own product line where I was doing like the packaging. That's what
Mhm.
get into like all the stuff is like from model car stuff that brought me into doing like self-taught like with Adobe Illustrator. So I would do my own packaging. You know me, you know. So that's what led me to like push myself even further with doing all this stuff to begin with. Drawing prep, you know, you learn how to draw certain stuff, and so it's a lot of nice vector art that yeah isn't too difficult to do, and it's fun, But this one in particular, the Mighty Dentonites, yeah, they wanted something that was like the people of Denton, that something possibly even all year round,
Mhm.
and my take on that was like, I don't know, I struggled, dude. I was like trying to do some like 50s propaganda kind of thing about the people, make it all peaceful and like, I don't know. And then I just decided, screw it. I'm going to do, I have a different idea. Let's do something 70s funky, like 70s, like action figure, like, those cool, like G.I. Joe size kind of action figures that used to be like, like the
Mhm.
old school 70s, like, Superman action figures or whatever. So that was the idea with that. I just went kind of funky, Mighty Dentonites. And Dentonites is a term for people who live in Denton. Um, so that's what that's about. And
Oh, nice.
and I was so glad too, because that was the only one I struggled with. Like that actual design took me, I swear, like maybe 30 minutes, hour, 2 hours tops, like, going back and forth, tidying things up. Um, but yeah, I spent like a cool like 3 weeks, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Once I got it, that was it, done.
Yeah, this other page here that I'm going to show everybody. This is from a coloring book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tell us
So
about this.
so that's the artwork right there from that first one, with the dude standing in front of that giant, like 10-foot tall thing. Like that's the
Mhm.
artwork I submitted. That's what we. So that all right, the last two pieces, the Stranger Things one and that night, those are printed on vinyl and then applied over plywood and nice structure. The first one we did is actually like laser cut on MDF, and so I was like, all right. So I did a full color rendition initially. It was like, well, let's try it on MDF and we'll paint it. That's basically the artwork right there, minus
Mhm.
Dracula and a few other changes that I made. So I already had the artwork done in black and white, for this purpose. And then, yeah, there it is. Thanks, man. So, see,
Yeah.
that was the color rendition that I initially kind of sent. Of course, that's actual hand painted, but I did, painted colored one in the Illustrator. There's not a whole lot of difference. I had the price tag and, minor things like that. And of course, obviously Dracula. But that was because dude was like, hey, there's a coloring book, for all local artists. You should, uh, um, you know, throw that in there. That's a perfect piece for it. I'm like, okay, cool. So I drew up the Dracula and yeah, had a couple things. Bam, done. That's the coloring book piece. And then what
Yeah,
was
there it is.
yeah, so this is super cool, man. They actually asked me to do the cover too, but I had so much going on right now because I saw probably their next segment or whatever was about the diorama and stuff. And I was like, bro, no way I can handle that, Um, so that's all I got, bro. I'm out of gas. Yeah, next year. Uh, but yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, Stranger Denton, man. I want to do Denton things, and they're like, they told me, hey, let's try this with Stranger Denton. I'm like, all right, fine. And then when I submitted it, I being a dick. I was like, I submitted it as Denton things. I don't know. It's they were like, that's not what we want. I'm like, fine. then, uh, then I originally had like the Stranger Things, like actual, like the Stranger Things. Yeah, the kids like from the actual show in there, and then they made me like go back and like edit it and be the kids that they did in the
video, the promo video for the city. But it was cool, man. It was fun. And this is right on the square, dude. So like everybody that comes in town, like we're gonna be able to do this. So if you're weird enough to like be down and wear some costumes and stuff, I mean, do this. There's gonna be those photo props that we can be a part of. And this is just a minor part, really. Like, I mean, it's cool as it is, and this is like on their pamphlet and their signs for it and stuff like that on the website. But we're gonna have some fun. This is a very small part of. Well, these are like minor stops on the way where we're gonna go. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, they made that sign as in retrospect, like for the diorama. They're like, "Oh crap, this is starting to be a thing." So they're like, "We need a sign."
Yeah, this was pretty cool. Like just seeing this decorated sign, like pointing you in the directions, you know, of what to see. It seems like there's a lot of exploring that you can do around town.
Yeah,
And you know, the next segment we're gonna jump into. This is Lil D right here, the diorama piece right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull up, guys, this diorama that David was a part of, a collaboration with other artists and a group of people that put this together right here.
yeah, it's pretty massive, and this is a 187 scale. So like your typical like small scale train kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so after the action figure card art thing, they're like, "Hey, do you have any other ideas as far as to add to the stuff for Halloween?" I'm like, "Of course I do." You know, like how much money you got? It's like not much. I was like, "All right, fine." I have an idea. I was like, let me reach out though. There's no way I can do this on my own. There's absolutely zero chance that I would be able to do this by myself. But here's the idea. I wanted to do the diorama of our town haunted. Since it's Halloween, we're doing the whole thing. Want to do a Halloween version of town of the Denton scene. And the dude was like, amazing idea for one. Two, he's like, I actually know a dude who did the works for the city that did the courthouse. Yeah, that's the number one obstacle right there. I needed somebody to have that drawing because that's a beast of an architecture piece. That there's no way I would be able to do with my my skill set. You know what I'm saying? So this is already done. I was like, all right, cool. That's big step number one. Step two, let's see if we can find some artists to put this thing together. So I jumped on our little local Reddit and just did a call for artists, kind of thing. Hey, here's some of the stuff I've done in the past. Here's what I want to do. Are you down? And man, we got that's what's super cool about this town. There was at least like 30 people hit me up and like, yes, I'm down. I have this skill set. I can do this. I can do that. So a lot of people were painters. The dude that did the courthouse 3D sculpt had like four homies of his that were already all 3D sculptors. So they like collectively worked on what we call as the Denton Square, which is like that first half of the diorama there. So right there. So they each tackled a block, dude. It's nuts. And then as a bonus round, like that was like right there. That's all we really needed to like make it effective. But we also wanted like the buildings in the back. And that's not true to scale as far as like location wise or anything, but those are all just cool landmarks that we wanted to have a part of it. And yeah. Oh yeah. So we had Andres help me out for a little bit of it too. You know him, Andres 2000.
Yeah, shout out to Andres, man. It's been a minute. I haven't talked to him.
Yeah, he's still hanging out with me, man. And yeah, so yeah, he was a part of it too. I tried getting other people, but it's we had plenty of help, man. It's really cool, really cool. We ended up. I'm not a Discord guy, so yeah, so that's Bearded Monk. So see that mural on the left? That was drawn, dude. There's a giant mural, and we had this one girl, Megan Bishop. She's a badass, dude. She did like 15 of these buildings. In that particular mural, she hand drew on it. Like she had her iPad with the artwork like lifted, and she's out here drawing it with like one of those cool art pens. Badass. And then and then the guys there. That's just a fun thing because the bar is called Bearded Monk, which we'll actually be going. It's definitely part of our journey because there's cool people there. But yeah, it was just kind of a little joke on them. They're doing some weird monk witchery stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting like little like Easter egg.
Yeah. So stop right here. All right. So RoboCop, the reason he's there is because Peter Weller, the guy who played RoboCop, is from Denton. Like he went to UNT here. He's a big like jazz player.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he's playing the jazz band and all that stuff. So he loves Denton. Yeah. So that's why
What a
RoboCop.
trip. Yeah, that's cool. What's this building right here? Is this like a record store or it says CDs? I see
Um.
it's like a lavender. I like this. I like the colors to this building.
So most recently, I picked up this piece of vinyl at that actual location.
What? Let's see.
Sandman with
Oh,
M.
boy, Sandman.
Yeah. So yeah, that's from that venue right there, from that building. It's an old opera. That's been yeah, it's actually Recycled Books is the name of the place, and it's Half Price Books kind of thing there. And it's cool though. It's like an old building, so like there's a basement. It's creaky and creepy. Like it's a really cool spot. Like everybody that's in town, when we hit the square, we're gonna check that out. We'll do a lap. It's a cool spot.
And then this one here, this is another angle of like that center. What building is this?
So this is the old school courthouse. It's right in the. So we have what's called Denton Square, and that's the heart of it right there. So it's an old school courthouse. It's not much more than a museum now. And see that tree still, dude? See how they did that? Like there was a couple people that were part of the group that they were like the sweet people that weren't like hadn't contributed yet. Like they were bringing like donuts and stuff to every meet that we had, and just being super cool and giving ideas. Yeah, see those trees? Like they busted out like that day. They've installed. They've really been working on them in the cut, like being low key with it. They've been working on those trees, and they busted that day, dude. And we're like, whoa! And so they did the mulch. That's like coffee grounds, And they did,
nice.
Sprinkled it on there, and we stabbed the trees into it. The base is made out of insulation foam, so it's stabbed and glued at the same time, It's really cool. And then that was the part that we were not prepared for. Like we had plans to do trees, but like to see that part come to life is like, dang, yeah, we hadn't, there was no mock up for the trees that was just there all of a sudden at the end of it. And it really worked. Yeah, it really paid off together.
No, they look really good, man. They did a great job right there with that. And then we got over here another section right here of the center square.
Yeah, that's the photo right there. We got like that's Hannibal Lecter, I think, right there. And that truck, just out of nowhere, people just making random stuff. There's like 30 of us, you know what I'm saying? So that's like the Dumb and Dumber truck.
Yeah. I can see the ears right there.
There's no reason for it to be there. There's no tying to Denton on that, but it's just cool and fun to,
Yeah, even those the skull planters look pretty neat.
That's a legit thing. That's something we actually have.
Oh, what? That's cool.
That's a legit detail. Yeah.
Yeah. And those are there like all year round? Like they have them all the time?
Just for October. Like they bust stuff out. Which is cool because it was like not even set up when we did this. Like it was set up like as we were doing this. We're all doing it like together. So we were going to like me and another dude. The dude that did the courthouse sculpture, the sculpting, the 3D sculpting. We were kind of ended up being the two lead in a way. And so we would go to these city meetings where we would see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We knew the plan. Everything that was we had the lowdown on what was happening, and we'd share with the class. It's like, all right, here's what's happening. It's like we need to add this, we need to add that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's like one building that had skeletons, climbing up it and everything, just super weird. There's just a bunch of random stuff that are actual like things that are part of what's actually going on here at town.
Yeah, when you're collaborating with a lot of people on a project like this, is there somebody that's kind of like like a management type of team that just kind of already knows like, hey, by this date, this needs to be done. And then by this date, this needs to be done. And then we're going to kind of look over everything before this date and we're done.
Absolutely. So check this out. So we did this in 2 months, dude. Like it was that short of a time span to come up with this giant thing with like from like a 0 member kind of team. Like there was like kind of us that actually met like the first week that we decided this is going to actually be a thing, and most of those sculptors that just did the sculpting of those buildings and then pieced out after that. Well, like half, and then so yeah, it was the dude that did that. Really like Dan, his name. He was the really organized one. He busted out Excel spreadsheets. He created like a full like breakdown of all the buildings, who has what percentage is done. So he was really crucial in keeping track of like where we're at and making sure we're on point. He really brought it in. My goal was more simple. I was like, hey, bro, we need to be done with the buildings by the end of the month, by the end of the first month. And second month is when we start doing like the background and, the actual terrain and filling in, different things like that, trying to figure out the rest of it. And I think that mostly worked. Like his plan was definitely like the best. Like he like we were, at ease knowing that we were moving pretty fast, and yeah, it's amazing how it came together, dude. Like I could not have expected that. Like no disrespect to my model car dudes, but these guys got y'all beat, as far as working as a group, because we've done some car group projects before, done I don't know, build offs, I guess. You've probably been a part of some of those group build offs where it's like you hand it off to another and it's like just stress, dude. Like, as far as one dude another, but these dudes like they just, I don't know, man. It was super cool.
They got it done. Yeah, I've been guilty of it. I'm like, I'm all in. I'm in the group build off. This is my model. Bam. And then I'm like all into it. And then something comes up, and I'm like, dang, I think I'm gonna have to put this away now.
Yeah, so I felt like, I was like, even me, dude, like of all that, like, yeah, I had the idea, but ultimately, like, I can't claim much of that work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did, like, I was all in doing the prep work on that courthouse building, like, because all that stuff, all those buildings were the your filament print. But it needed some work, dude, to make them not look like 3D prints. That was a big ops, and it was pretty cool to see the different approaches on it. Like me, I was like, model car mindset. So I'm like, we got to stand it down, and like, my God hands, starting with 120, taking it down.
Yeah.
And then I busted out, like, I ordered, I got myself like a mini gun, and sprayed some urethane primer on it to try to cover up the gaps and stuff.
Yeah.
And, so I went all out, dude, on the first 5 buildings or whatever, and then these dudes are busting out like, nah. Like, I'll do this like styrene strip like as a front across it, like they do it on the what do you call those little cutters, the crickets. So basically, like run it, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it'd be the steel, the filament print, but they'd actually do a whole front. So it's nice and smooth. It's raw plastic. And others just paper prints of bricks. So they have to do that. Like, oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Like, there's all these different ideas, different like styles at it, dude. Like, and then you got one dude that does it like really hardcore with the weathering, make it look kind of creepy, and then you got somebody else that did it super clean, like box stock kind of build versus the patina build together. I don't know how this is gonna work, dude. You got 2 different styles. You got one dude doing
you got them working like side to side. They're all bumping elbows. Hey, dog, get on your side.
Yeah. Like, how does this go, man? And it does, though. Like, it's you have
cool.
in there, and it's cool. It all works. It's perfect, dude. Yeah, here's everybody on there. Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. I could only imagine later, next year, the team's going to come back collectively or more are going to jump, be a part of it. And it's just going to be getting bigger and bigger. You guys are going to have a massive diorama by next year.
So it's been on the news, man. It's been on the front page of the newspaper. There's the reason I was a little late to jumping in on the testing this whole thing out is because the dude just sent out another YouTube video. Yeah, he's like, "Hey, check us out. We're on there."
Oh, dope! Yeah, I saw the video you posted on your Instagram.
Yeah,
when they were interviewing you.
They just came out too. Another one just like it.
Oh, wow.
I started it. I was like, but the first thing I say is like, "We like to make things." I was like, "That's cool,"
That's dope, man. Congrats, dude. Congrats on that. And also to everybody else that participated, collabed on there with you with that,
Yeah. Great group of people. And we've as we go into as we do with model car clubs and everything else, we create friendships, you know what I'm saying? And that's cooler than anything, like now I'm friends with another group of like 20 people that we all have the same, kind of skill sets, they're, all a little bit different than others, and we all learn from each other. But it's super cool. Like now we're all homies, and we come back for next year. Like the idea is to actually auction off all the pieces to whoever wants them. Like some of the business like that, and just dive at it again next year, just a little earlier, so it's less stressful.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope, man. Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, I think any business would really want like they're building like a little diorama, especially in their shop.
Yeah. And there's a good chance it's protected, and maybe we can use it again.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I wanted to move on to the next segment here, the Denton Palooza 5.
Denton Palooza. All right.
Yeah, tell me about this, bro.
Denton Palooza's dope, dude. So this started off dude named Joey, DJ Yad. He's a well-known dude around town. He's about our age, and he did this flyer initially, just kind of making fun of all the crap that was going on in town, and just a generic flyer, like representing everything that was goofy about Denton. You got feedback. They're like, "What if we actually did that?" And it's like, "All right, well, let's make it happen." So Denton Palooza happened, and then by the time Denton Palooza, the second one happened, is when they pulled me in to do some of these action figures to play off of what was on the flyer. So that's when we had these like silly stuff that you have to be part of the town to really understand. Like if you look back on the back left, you'll see some action figures. Like there's this dude named the Price Master. We have this floor of the Goat Man from Bridge. And there's YouTube videos about it. Those ghost hunter type of dudes that'll go out there and try to summon the Goat Man and things like that. So I did action figures. We've got this Kroger. We've got a grocery store. We've got a Kroger grocery store. Yeah, there's several things, man. It's just if you live in town, you know what they are immediately, and people love it. So that was kind of my whole thing for the year, anyway. It's like to get back to that because I didn't Palooza 2 though, which was a few years ago, and I've been getting hit up left and right still over the years. I'm like, hey, we need one of those. I need that. So the dude in the costume right there, that's my homie Dan. That's the guy that did the so we're buddies now. He's the one that did the courthouse, and coincidentally, he was already working on, like, total coincidence, he was already working on the mask of the Prize Master. This is a weird video to look up. Everybody's watching while you're on YouTube. Hop over and look at Prize Master. Master. And you'll see this weird video where this dude is it's like a garage sale. You got random people coming up and they're like, hey, how much is this, and they're like, and they'll like point to this guy on stage, not stage, but he's on the porch, and he's like, $5,000. You know, just really weird, creepy kind of humor, and it's from 2001, so the video is like grainy and just weird, awkward thing. But the footage resurfaced like 5 years ago or so, and it kind of became a thing. Like, I don't know. I got, homies like Josh McCall, Small Scales Customs and stuff like that. They just randomly hit me up out of nowhere, but like, bro, this is your town, kind of thing. Like, this happened there. Like, it's all before my time. Like, I didn't live in Denton at the time, so I didn't know about it. Until about the time they did. Gavin, lower scale models, him too. And then some of the hip hop toy guys, they all, like several other people, like randomly, bro, send me this video. Like, this is you? I was like, yeah, that's that action figure I did. You didn't see that, kind of thing. So it's pretty funny. We got a lot of weird stuff in this town, and so that just leans into that, and people are loving it. I forget their question. What was the question?
No, I was gonna bring up too about that Price Master guy. So I saw on your Instagram, you were, you had your booth. This is for the next time, but real quick, that dude's wearing the suit and he's like dancing or he's doing like something on the camera, not dancing, but like making like a move. And I'm like, oh dang, I feel like I'm being like tranced, like enchanted, like give me your money kind of thing.
That's the whole vibe, dude. Yeah, that's the vibe of the original video. And this dude studied it, man. Like, so if you watch this video, you're gonna hear like some weird music in the background, and then the way he approaches it. That whole video was just done by this art collective, So it's not. It was by design, that it's that weird. But yeah. So this buddy of mine, from the diorama thing, he actually like did the homework, like researched like the type of mask, the jacket. The jacket, most people would never know that that's like some fireman kind of jacket, some thermal kind of thing. And then the music is super weird. It's like some, I don't know, some French opera, Italian opera music or something. But not only was it some weird opera music, but it was also like, the BPMs turned down. You know what I mean? Like, it was like at a slower speed. So he kind of figured it all out, dude. He went on his research mission, and did the thing. And people are loving it. People are tripping out on this dude. So I was like, hey, I was like, I got this booth at Arts and Jazz. He'd been working on the costume, already. I was like, hey, I got this booth coming up, Arts and Jazz Fest. And then that photo was there at Denton Palooza. I was like, bro, I need you with me. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah, dude, I'm down. So we were just having fun, goofing around. Yeah, and he got on stage too with him and everything. It was pretty cool.
The Denton Palooza, there's music and there's a bunch of activities going down at that event.
Yeah. So there's a lot of bands, and it's a charity event. There's 3 different charities they donate to. So yeah, it's a really cool event, man. It's super fun. It's my favorite. There's several other things. We've got Arts and Jazz, and I can't think of it. There's several things, but that's one of my favorites, man. It has been my favorite since it happened. So
nice.
There weren't even any other vendors signed up for it. I was like, but he's the reason. Like, so for the second show was the reason I got into what I'm doing anyway. So it's like, hey, bro, see I'm doing this. He's like, can you put me down? He's like, absolutely. Like, you're the only vendor. I got you. Like, put you on this spot where you want to go. And yeah, we had a good time.
That's dope. And let me bring up the I was gonna ask you who's in this next photo. This is regarding the Thug Emporium booth at the Jazz Fest right here. Man, who do we see right here?
And so we got, all right, so ultimately, let me just preface this by saying the whole thing for me was actually just go even further. My whole mantra, man, is and you know this probably enough about me anyway, where like my whole thing is I open a door or somebody opens a door for me and I leave that sucker open for everybody to come with me. So when I decided I wanted to do a booth for Arts and Jazz Fest, because it's a huge festival for everybody in town, I decided I was like, I want, first of all, I got a double booth. You can see the 2 tents there, and I wanted to have everybody that was down like to make some stuff for it and just kind of do the whole. It works for the Emporium side of the brand. And I should also preface it by saying, Thug Emporium is the play on the fact that we had a store here called Drug Emporium. It's just a cool old store that we all loved, and it closed down a couple years ago. So um, I was working on the logo for a diorama, and I was just goofing around with it. So it used to be like a grocery cart on the left, that logo with like groceries sticking out of it. So I put Uzis and spray paint cans and knives and stuff. Anyways, to answer your question, the people there are people that were down to be a part of it. On the left, those 2 there on the left, they do action figures. The guy in the black, Rut Row Toys, he's a bootleg action figure dude. He is a badass. Follow that dude. He does amazing work. That's his girlfriend. They both work at a cool head shop we have here called Zebrahead. They're super cool. That's Mike. That's my homie. He's a DJ. 2 dudes in the red shirts. Those are both DJs. Those are good homies of mine. Like some of my best friends. Nice. It's Mike and Tim, and they put down some money for the shirts. They were like, "Bro, let's do some shirts." I'm like, "Well, I'm out of money, man. I just spent like $2,000 on this and this and that." They're like, "I got you. Let's do this." I'm like, "Cool." So they're good homies of mine. And then the dude on the right is my nephew, Ricky. He's a custom, like he does fashion. So he came out. And then we also had my daughter do some like cool stuff. And we had a third vendor come out on Sunday. We had a good time, man. But let's see.
That's awesome. Yeah, when you got this all set up, I did see on your Instagram there was more photos like behind the scenes, like putting it all together. But it was really nice, bro, to see all this come to life.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, dude. Like, it's a process, and it was really cool. Everything worked out. Can we pause for just a sec? Be right back.
Yeah, go for it, bro. Oh yeah. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So I wanted to let you guys know if you guys got any questions, let me know. I'm going to ask David towards the end when we get ready to wrap up the episode. I see Solely Models. He already dropped in his. Let me go ahead and save that right there. And man, one thing I wanted to add real quick is, I did mention it's starting to get cold over here. And, some weeks back, when I was doing like podcasts or even like the live streams, you always heard these crickets, right, in the background, always chirping. And I was like tripping, like, dang, they're messing up my recordings, And then at some point I just kind of gave up and I was like, all right, whatever, and I just kind of powered through it or whatever. But now I noticed like within the last like week or so before it started getting cold, they kind of like they're gone, right? And I don't know if it has to do with painting, because I started painting more stuff actively, clear coating stuff. And I mean, the fumes, I got the booth and everything going into the hose and everything and into a box and this whole process, right? But the smell lingers on in here still. I opened the door, opened the garage, I have fans going up, but it's still here. So I don't know if maybe the fumes are jacking them up. I don't know. All right, let's see. Is David back? Let's see. All right, there we go. What's up, bro? Hell yeah.
My bad.
Now you're good. Let me see. So I got a question from Solely Models that I'll ask you later in the show. All right. I got that one dialed in. But let me bring up this a couple of your figures right here to showcase to everybody. Let me remove this one. Bam. Tell me about this figure right here.
All right.
The Goat Man.
All right. So Goat Man, we have a legend, and this is kind of not a cool story necessarily, but we still live we have these 80s mentalities where these things are just still fun, but way back, there was a dude who had a farm. He was a black man, and he was actually like lynched by some racist dudes and everything. And he by the KKK, but he actually still like haunts the bridge.
Oh damn.
And as the Goat Man. So I don't know. Everybody's sworn, they've seen the Goat Man over all the years.
Mm-hmm. The ghost.
The ghost. But it's actually more than a ghost. It's an actual goat.
Damn.
The like a demon.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah.
It's a pretty serious thing. And there's a couple YouTubers that the kids would watch, man, and they're pretty funny dudes. I can't think of their names right now. They actually did a video of it. They came by. What's the dude say? He goes, I don't know. I can't think of it right now. Anyways, it's local lore, man. Look up the Goat Man of Old
Goat Man.
The Goat Man. And it's a bridge here in town. I've been there. I've gone there at night and everything. I've done the whole bit. It's cool. I haven't had anything happen. A buddy of mine was telling me that he was there doing some fishing, and it got a little bit late, and nothing. All of a sudden, there were police cars all around. He's like, "What?
Damn!
What's going on?" And the cops told him, "Oh, nothing, dude. We're just we got a rookie over here. We're
trying to scare him.
Trying to scare him. Yeah.
Dang. What a trip.
And yeah, it's cool. But yeah, and I think on Reddit, like recently, there was some dude that was like, "Oh, have you been to Goatman's lately?" There was some creepy dude that said he was Alton, named after the bridge. I think it was Alton. Yeah, it's just whatever. But
it's a trip.
It's still a thing. People are still they're learning stories here and there. But yeah, I don't know. I wanted to make sure that was definitely represented. Do you have any other stuff in there?
Yeah, I got this one right here. Watch this next one. The murder Kroger. Hey, well, it's October. It's Halloween theme. That's dope. Tell me about this figure right here.
This one's even fun. This is a fun one. All right, so we've got a grocery store called Kroger, and it's a chain. They're all over Texas at very least. So this one in particular is I don't know, it's one of the more popular ones. Been here for a long time. Not necessarily popular because it's cool. It's just because location wise. Very, very popular one to be at. Anyways, this one is called Murder Kroger. And also, so there was a murder that happened there in the parking lot, 10, 20 years ago or something. I don't even know. I don't even remember exactly when it happened. And it got nicknamed Murder Kroger just because there was a dead body found, and it wasn't even in that building. It was actually by the Drug Emporium, at the very end of the block. But it got named Murder Kroger. But also the parking lot is awful. The parking lot's it feels like you want to kill somebody. Just that's all.
There's a dark energy or what?
Yeah, the parking lot's really crumbs. And it's Disney. It's like you just want. So I think that's really ultimately why the name stuck. It's like, oh yeah, And then the reason why it's a rat is also it got nicknamed as Rat Kroger because it had an infestation of rats, where they actually shut down the store for a week to make sure they got rid of the problem. And so you would think these things would cause a store to go out of business, between two names. But no, it's a normal store. It's we find it funny.
Let's keep it going. Come on. People need their groceries.
Yeah, we still need our groceries. It's still our spot. There's plenty of other places to go. There's within a mile away, there's Albertsons, there's Walmart, we've got a Winco, we've got every other grocery store around. It's not that we need it, but we like it out of convenience, and they've got it's a good otherwise a good store. But yeah, so it's just funny that it's got this name. It's both known as Murder Kroger and Rat Kroger. So this on it, the original, we've got Texas Chainsaw Massacre being the murderer, and also Texas. And then the head there is actually Biker Mice from Mars. It's an action figure I did as a play on that. And then So there was actually a Krogan, which is a rat Kroger thing, and then, anyways, I made it a rat Kroger kind of a rat chainsaw massacre, a rat murder. I don't know.
Yeah, it ties in. I could see it. And then right now that I'm looking at the photo, I could see more detail into the packaging. Even the packaging's ripped. You got the chainsaw
The
going out
chainsaw
of it.
through the actual blister there. It's
Yeah, he's ripping out of it. That's cool. That's a cool effect right there. Well, you cut it out and everything. That's dope.
Yeah. And I think that was one of the early ones, dude. I actually got way better at that. Like, I started doing a lot of cool little jagged cuts all throughout it, make it look blasted. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's only 10 of those that were made so far, and those are all sold out.
Dang. Yeah. I mean, earlier you said that a lot of the stuff you do, has to, is things that if you're from here, what's up. So now that you're telling me these stories, they make sense now. I'm like, all right, cool. That's dope.
So, out of the blue, and they're like, "What the dude? This is crazy," and they're just like, how much, it's like, take,
They're like, damn, dad, what are you doing? That's crazy.
Reddit and stuff. So they're already like, dude, I gotta have one. Where can I get it? It's like, see me, I'll be over here, whatever, blah blah. And
that's awesome.
Website and stuff. I'm like, let me get through October 1st. Screw up my inventory. At the end of the month, I'll, post them up and make some more whatever we need to do. There's still more months to go. Oh, dude, yeah, I do this. So yeah. So this is fun. So I just had the idea. There was like Keep Denton Weird thing. There's Keep Denton Weird. There's Keep Austin Weird. Two weird things in Texas. And I just had the idea to do our Crumb, the Keep On Trucking thing. So I took the original artwork and actually literally freaking drew over it. Like, the proportions are the same, but obviously the designs are different. The Price Master, the first dude there, he's got bigger and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that was a fun design I did. I'm really proud of that one. It's just pushing myself artistically into doing medical illustrations, Yeah. And it's all I've learned, like, all attributed to the model car world. I learned this by doing graphics and stuff, the photo etch sets or whatever. And yeah, that was the first part of it right there. I drew that dude. Like, I took one of the art Crumb. If you look up Keep On Trucking, it's like the dude doing the same exact position. And then this dude's got that weird mask and big pants, and his hands are tucked into his jacket, so there's no hands.
Yeah, they look cool. They look really, really cool.
Yeah, and then so 3 other characters behind him, and this one, the second one behind him is Goat Man. Behind him is, we had this kid here who's an autistic kid who would just be on that Denton Square part, that we saw in the diorama. He would be there randomly playing the keyboard, just kind of just jamming out. It's an autistic kid, but he'd have the cosplay tiger head thing on while he's doing that. And it'd be so hot, and everybody just be like, bro, here's some water, you need anything? But he became kind of like a little local legend, little icon, It's just a cool kid that we had around town. So the tiger-headed keyboard kid, and behind him is albino squirrel from UNT, from the college. It's always an albino squirrel. It's a very small character in the back left. We had these albino squirrels, actually, but it was called Lucky Squirrel. Anyways, cool stuff, all local lore, fun stuff, and people are digging it, man. Fun.
That's nice.
And mostly, I'm having fun doing the artwork. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just cool stuff. And I'm like, hey, what if we did this? And it's just like, I'll sit down and draw it. And that's what it's all about. Dude. It's just pushing yourself creatively. It's, we do these cool model cars and stuff, but so it's gonna have side projects going on. Or I do anyway. I gotta have. I got different things going on. One, to keep my ADD in check. 2, I think it keeps it fun. It takes the pressure off. If you've got a serious project, like, say this one. This is a cool old resin, 41 delivery piece. You've got something serious like this on your table, but you need to, like, not be so damn serious, where you do something to push yourself, do something creative. You know? Yeah, you do a Hot Wheels. That's like takes 2 seconds to, you put it in some easy off, like you would paint stripping on a car, paint it yourself, do some decals.
No, I agree with you, bro. Because it's like, I know, we get into model building, we're doing it, and we do it for so long, and then it's like we start taking it very serious.
Yeah,
we're hard on ourselves. Oh no, I don't like this, I don't like that, and then when you start stacking up other ventures, other avenues that are somewhat related, or like an extension, right? Like where you're like, okay, I can bring my skills from model building into this, and then you start doing it, you start focusing on something new, and then you come across something new, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. And then finally, when you like go back to model building again, you're like, it was like a reset. Like you're like, all right, cool, I'm all in now. Like this is fun. Like,
yeah. No, you totally get it, man. This is actually the whole point. Yeah, it's like, we still creatively keep it light, keep it fun. Not take yourself too seriously. You can always get back to that, especially once you reset. Once you reset, you're like, all right, I'm ready to tackle this.
Mm-hmm.
Dive in, even if it's just like with me, just doing like sometimes, doing where's that Nissan at? Just doing the polishing. It can be really taxing. That's a project I don't necessarily want to do.
Yeah.
After you've goofed around a little bit, you're like, okay, I can handle this now. This is not so bad. Let's do this. And yeah, you can build your spark again. But also
True.
learning different things, like say, you start doing some patina work. You're like, okay, now you can know how to tackle a diorama and make it look weathered. That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like with me, like doing photo etch stuff led me to learning Adobe Illustrator, which is where I can learn to draw stuff. Um, you know, it's all just lines and curves and whatnot, shapes.
Yeah, I want to bring up a couple questions. The first one, this one's from Slowly Models. He wants to know how you got into the hip hop figures.
Yeah. So that's the fun part, man. And Casey doesn't want necessarily credit for anything, but he has helped me out a little bit on that stuff. But basically, me and Andres actually, Andres, I think maybe was the one that had the idea. I was telling him I wanted to do something hip hop related, and it'd been lingering in my mind. And I think he sent me like this rendering of the MF Doom food truck. That album Food. And here I've got one here. So these two pieces are pretty much where it started. We've got the MF Doom food truck. We've got Wu Tang. Raekwon's ice cream, and that's kind of where it started. And then I thought that was a lot of fun, so I made a few for the friends, and then I posted them on social media or whatever, and everybody wanted them. Like, all right, let's keep this going. That introduced me to a world I didn't know of actual hip hop toys being out there. Well, I knew there were some pieces out. So I had this unique Ewok thing that my brother had gifted me a while back. I'd seen some Super 7, reaction figures that were out. I copped those. You see Biggie, and Tupac toys and stuff like that. But it opened my eyes to seeing that there were dudes actually like making like some really cool hip hop stuff. They're doing sculptures and statues of stuff. So I was like, wait, I made a wrong turn, man. Like I reached out to my buddy Doug. I sent him one, and it's like, bro, I think I took a wrong turn. I want to do this. So I just I'd been dodging doing 3D printing too, because it's like everybody around me did 3D printing for model car parts and stuff. And I was like, I don't need to do that. I do photo etch. I do enough. But then the action figure thing, I started off with Tony Fat Kings. He was helping me out doing the printing at first. And I was like, all right, I'm bugging you too much. Let me teach me this, And so I started doing my own. There's actually one right here. So I had to do the sculpting. I still haven't learned how to draw my own stuff. This is cool, Keith. This is one of the first. I think this was the first actual action figure. Uh,
Nice.
Not even a bootleg, dude. I reached out to Cool Keith, and the manager hit me up, and yeah, both of them were like, "Yo, yeah, we're down. Like the idea. Let's do it." So, yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of fun, dude. It was so much fun. Like, not only am I working with some of my favorite like music, musicians, but I'm also working with some really cool artists, like with, graphic art, like 3D sculpture that did this, and also there's the guys that do the card art. That I wasn't ready for that at the time. I probably could handle it now, but at the time, like there's no way I could tackle that. So, to make them look really legit. So I guess working with this dude Maddie MSG 317, we did like the graphics on like the MFM figure that I did.
Dang, that's dope.
Like I still can't do that,
Heavy D.
They did that stuff and then did that. So I don't know, man. That was a lot of fun, dude. And I felt like I kind of peaked, last year with it. I did that on arcade, and I did Homeboy Sandman. That Homeboy Sandman was legit. He came out, did the part of the tour. Got to play with him. So I don't know. I really didn't feel like it could get much better than that.
Yeah, let me show you one right here. This is I just got this one from George right now. Let me see. Hold on. Not that one. Hold on. Let me remove it. Bam, right there.
Yeah. Dude, that's it right there. That's one of these. Yeah, that's the original right there. That white. Yep.
Damn, that's dope, man.
Yeah, that's kind of where it all started. Like doing custom Hot Wheels, and it's a pretty simple project. It was, just repainting, stripping them like we would do a model car. A lot of them and plastic, some metal. So some strip easier than others, and then you can drill them out, repaint them, and I would do a pearl. Like I was using Tropical Glitz paint on that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Tropical Glitz, the lac. I don't know what is the pearl white. But it was one of the pearls.
Mm-hmm.
Urethane, and then had some decals made. I was already doing decals with the photo etch stuff, so it's it's all lateral moves for me. And then that card art I actually did myself. That's all vector art, just layer after layer. See how those ice cream drips are?
Yeah, it looks clean. Everything's layered, and it's like just dripping down right there.
All separate pieces that are just stacked on top of each other, man. That's kind of where all this graphic art started coming into play. Like a photo etch, you see something, you're like, I can make that, just do a drift here and there,
yeah. He
pull the shapes together, you just draw them out, you stretch them. It's
fun. On there. Dang. Yeah, George, he's telling me that he treasures this, that he won it in a raffle, actually.
That's big.
That's pretty cool. Right there. That's awesome. Yeah, let's see. Oh man, is this Jarvis Malone? Dang, what up? He says, "Good evening, brothers." What's up, Jarvis? Yeah. I got another question. This is from David Garcia. I'll pull it up right here on the screen. So it says, "Hey David, I've been looking for a photo etch you made in the past. It's Volkswagen parts with a MP license plate frame. You still have any?"
I don't think so, man. I know Willie asked me, and I started to look, and I didn't find one. So it's my bad for not replying. There's still a chance, but I haven't found one. So I need to do a little bit digging. You know what? Tomorrow, dude, I've got to finish cleaning up this room. So I'll while I'm at it, I'll keep an eye out for it and start digging. But it's not a good chance. If there is, 100%, you guys though. Love that. I'd love for you to have one.
Nice.
And if I'll make more. I promise.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, dude, you're like super busy. You got a stacked month, and it's understandable, dude. Like you know, when the time comes and you're able to put everything together, you know, for busting out with some more photo etch in the future and all that stuff. Hell yeah.
So yeah, see how everything kind of ends at the end of this month. So the goal is to wrap everything up. That's kind of the year officially for the Denton stuff from my hometown stuff. So from here, starting November is when I plan to even, you know, I'll probably take a couple weeks of break, you know, but ultimately I have a big list of stuff I want to draw and for photo etch. So the next line is coming up after that, like early next year. You know, I don't know how long it's going to take. If it takes April, you know, till April or whatever. But the goal is to hone in on that and do a new photo etch line and get to work on doing some old model cars too. You know, I'm missing it. It was never a factor of me being bored with it. It was just wasn't more enticing. You know.
Hey, man,
Yeah,
I mean,
get it back.
it'll be nice to see some of your, you know, back at it, doing your thing, and just coming out with more models right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, David, we're gonna wrap up this episode right here.
Cool.
This was awesome. Thank you for breaking down a lot of things, and you know, also for Saturday, man, I'm excited to see what you guys are gonna bring right there, to see the content, and just, you know, I'm gonna try to share. Please tag me with anything you guys post. Just tag me so I can reshare it right away. You know, because it's already coming up, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
right now, it's, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and bam, Saturday.
Yeah, yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna try and sneak in some build time. I gotta finish making the award. And then yeah, it's gonna be fun, dude. Everybody's gonna be coming in town, so it's gonna be a lot of entertaining. It'll be cool. It'll be cool. Really cool.
Yeah, man. And also, before we go, I wanted to tell everybody thank you that was on here in the chat. You know, tuning in and also just hitting us with comments right there. So shout outs to Steven Kessel, Bugs, Carlos Avalar, Motorcar 1589, Freddie Soto, Slowly Models, D Block, Ty, Styrene Life 505, Paint Maverick, JC's Lowrider Model Builds, also Lowrider Model Cars, Vision 124, Jesse Walker, Lane Low Hobbies, Armando Flores, and let's see. Well, who am I missing? David Garcia, Chili Willie, also tuned in, Juana Mesqua, and Jarvis Malone. Thank you guys for putting this up right there.
Yeah, that's quite the crowd there. Thank you guys. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Well, thank you, David. Hey, and also, in case if somebody wants to, you know, make a purchase or get one of your figures or something, what's the website where everybody should visit?
You know, just hit me up on Instagram, really. You know, the Thug Emporium too. I do have a website for Thug Emporium. But all the photo etch stuff, as far as like the actual sales part, is I took it off. But still contact me if I have anything. I'm happy to share it. You know, I do have a good stock of stuff. I was just trying to, you know, reset. And once the new photo etch line is out, once the new product line is out, there will be a new Detail Junkies website out specifically for that. So yeah, I'll keep there'll be two different things now. Detail Junkies was always that. It was really based on model car stuff. And then there's a whole thing where my social media went sideways. And when I was trying to focus on local stuff, Thug Emporium really was the brand for that. So it'll be two different entities. I'm still the guy. I'm still doing stuff.
Cool.
Still thing, you know. And if you need anything, I do have like some Cadillac sets. I still have few Impala sets here and there. 69, 68 Impala sets for sure. But yeah, just hit me up if you need anything. I'm happy to help.
Awesome. Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody. I hope you guys have a good night, and we'll be in touch, and we'll check you guys out later. All right.
All right.
Peace out, everybody.
All right. Peace.
Later.